Hey there, how are you today? My name is Dana Damara, and you have landed on Astrocast. This is your weekly forecast from September 5th through the 11th. So first of all, this week's theme starts off with the word review, but it could also be reflect, recalibrate, reignite, re-envision, anything with that little prefix RE before it. And I'll tell you why. There's a couple things happening this week. First of all, a few days ago before this recording, Jupiter and Mercury are creating a trine. Okay, so now when Jupiter and Mercury create a trine, it creates a sense of optimism. So remember, Jupiter expands everything, right? Jupiter is knowledge, wisdom, expansion, can also over exaggerate. So you want to be mindful. Okay. This transit is happening for 6 weeks. Okay. So this is beautiful. Now, the other thing that we have happening this week, besides the Pisces full moon, which I'll do a whole recording on, is we also have Mercury going into retrograde on the 9th, 9/9/2022. Okay. So we've got Mercury going into retrograde on the 9th. So that means Mercury is already in its shadow stage. Now, when Mercury goes into retrograde, we will have pretty much every planet except for Venus and Mars in retrograde. So I know sometimes when I mention retrograde, people go, hey, oh my gosh. But I don't know, maybe this makes me weird, but I absolutely love when Mercury goes to retrograde because it makes me slow down. It makes me say, hold up. Is that really the email you want to send? Is that really the vision that you have for yourself? Are you really doing the things that are in alignment with what you really desire in this life? Like that's really this energy, right? So Mercury's in retrograde from September 9th to October 1st. Still has a shadow stage afterward. So don't expect everything to just like fall into order on the 1st, okay? So this energy is really asking us to pause and to reevaluate what it is that we desire and where we're putting our energy in order to get to that place or that goal and that intention, right? And this is such a perfect theme to call out at the end of the year, or closing in toward the end of the year, because you know, all of us started off at 2022 like, okay, can y'all just take a breath? Here's my desires, here's my wishes, here's my dreams, right? Here's my 3 words. And now as we move toward the end of the year, the last, you know, September, October, November, December, 4 months, we've got till December 31st, which is when Mercury will go into retrograde again. We want to really get clear on what it is that we desire. The other thing I want to say is that we've got some eclipses coming up in October. So this is a really important time to kind of, I don't know how else to say it except for like get your ducks in a row. Because of Jupiter and Mercury making this trine, okay, there's these really beautiful themes that kind of, they're like little tendrils that come off of this idea of review, okay? So when Jupiter trines Mercury, it gives us the opportunity to gain perspective on a situation, on ourselves, on maybe a choice that we made a few months ago, on where we're going. It amplifies our perspective. The other thing that it does is it refines our energy and allows us some opportunity to really say, is this person still in my energy? Is this job, is this environment, whatever it is, right? And then it also gives us this wider scope to look at our life with, because remember, Jupiter expands. So I want you to take some time, if you can, during this Mercury retrograde, to just go in, you know, begin to even set some intentions now, because as we move through this retrograde season, we've got so much, we've got so many other energies coming, and I encourage you to listen to the Pisces full moon. The Pisces full moon theme is rebirth. So if we're moving toward this full moon that is about rebirth, right, we want to at least be on some sort of playing field that aligns with who we are and what we really desire. So again, theme this week is the word review, reflect, reignite, reevaluate, anything that will kind of turn that drishti inward. So gosh, what an interesting time we're living in. I hope you are taking time for yourself, and I encourage you to just really pause if you can, if your time, energy, and effort will allow. If you want more information about any of this, any kind of how to look at your chart and compare it to what's going on, how to understand the different phases of the moon, anything of that sort of nature, go ahead and go to myastrocast.com. And when you go there, you will have an opportunity to receive so much information on how this science and mystical practice of astrology really comes into play in your own life. So I want to say thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful week, and hopefully we will see you soon. Take good care. Namaste.